For most of human history, the majority of people have had their job tied to their location, but gone are the days when location dictates work, at least for some of us. For a trio in Wainui, the work is wherever they want it to be. The advent of internet and modern technology has meant the connection between place and employment is breaking down, a trend accelerated by the pandemic. Darren Maynard and his partner Amy Matheu, who both normally work in Los Angeles, are taking advantage of the breakup. And David Strawbridge, Darren's uncle, is designing libraries from Pakistan to Indonesia, all working around the world from Wainui.
I'm working remotely in Gisborne at the moment, connecting with Burbank in California, working on a TV series called Queen Sugar at Warner Brothers. So we've been setting up a remote edit rig in Gisborne, and I've been able to check in and deliver mixes and edit kind of to LA time, and so far it's working out well.
Away from the heart of the industry in LA, he has had to improvise with things found in the garage when it comes to making sound for the show.
Working remotely, you don't have the facilities at your fingertips like Foley stages and all the resources, so you just have to go a little DIY, and working from home I've had to just pull a few things together from the garage.
They work on American time, but that does not make much difference, as Los Angeles is 21 hours behind New Zealand. Amy, who works in creative industries, came with Darren on a holiday to Gisborne. Once they got here, they decided there was not a lot of reason to rush back. Amy had been working remotely in LA since March of last year, so working from New Zealand was not much of a change. Her employer is happy for her to be here in New Zealand, but she tries not to bring it up too much, as most of her colleagues are still dealing with the pandemic in the US.
Everyone at work is really excited that I'm getting to work from here. I think they're all a little bit jealous. I try not to rub it in too much, and I'm taking calls from outside on a sunny Gisborne summer day. But it's been great. The only time it's been any bit of a real challenge with the time zones is we were doing a remote commercial shoot based out of Texas and started at 7 a.m. Texas time, which was 2 in the morning here. So that made for a really long day. But for the most part, it's been not too bad.
But to work online, especially when dealing with a lot of data, high-speed internet is needed and not all connections are equal. Luckily, Gisborne has some of the best internet in the world.
I guess you guys have the fiber internet here, which has just been pretty essential considering Darren is working and using a lot of bandwidth with all of his video work and sound work. And then Darren's uncle is also working and doing a lot of video conferencing overseas. So between the three of us, I'm sure we're using a lot of bandwidth. So thankfully the fiber internet here has been amazing and pretty essential to making it all work.
Darren's uncle David says the move to working online has saved him thousands of kilometres of travel. His work as a consultant involves him visiting places such as Myanmar, Pakistan and Indonesia, helping establish libraries for an American organisation called Room to Read.
This happened remotely because of COVID. Normally I would be in Pakistan now, helping them to set up the workshop, and I would be conducting the workshop.
The transition to working on the web has had mixed results because working with developing countries online has had connection challenges. He foresees some of his work online will carry on into the future, but says there is an in-person element that's important.
I think there is something about a personal touch that when you're discussing something with someone, like you're discussing something professionally with someone, it's really nice being there and actually doing something with them and talking things through, but doing it online, you don't have that same connection.